What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Chemical Guys Detail Garage. On the last video, you guys seen me and AJ give this Mazda 3 a deep exterior cleaning. So we give it a nice foam bath, gave those wheels a nice deep clean because this car was absolutely filthy. And if you guys didn't watch that first video, this car was sitting in a parking lot for about a year, maybe even longer than a year, I think. So this thing had some serious grime on it, which now brings us to this video, which is actually taking care of the paint. So upon finishing washing the vehicle, we dried it up. It looked great from afar, but looking at it up close, AJ, I mean, that thing is definitely jacked up.
Yeah.
So let's bring you guys in for a closer look, and you guys can check it out too. Look, right here we have all kinds of things. Now, you know, keep in mind that this was not our doing. This was actually on the paint already. And you can see because it does not come off whatsoever if I wipe my hands on it. Now this right here is actually bird poop etching. So, you know, for this car to be sitting for an entire year, it's to be expected that there's going to be some damage on the paint as opposed to all the dirt and grime that was just sitting on it. You know, you have bird poop etchings right there. You actually also have some water spots over here on the sides as well. Now this right here, I'm pretty sure that this was before the car started sitting because this car was in a parking structure. So I really don't understand how, you know, birds or water spots may have affected the paint. But, you know, this is just the reality of it. You know, it's been sitting for a year. All this stuff has been on there for an entire year, which, you know, the bird poop etching, it's very acidic towards your paint. So you can see right here that it's actually etched the clear coat and it looks very bad. And, you know, if you were to just try to wash this off, it's not going to do much at all because it's actually damaged the clear coat itself. So today we are going to be breaking down the full step process on how to decontaminate and correct this from your paint and, you know, hopefully get this car looking to better than when it was new, right?
Yeah, let's get to it.
Let's do it.
So the first step we're gonna start with is the clay bar. So we're gonna use a medium clay bar, which is gonna help pick up all that nasty grime and contamination that's on the paint. We're also gonna use clay lubricant so we can lubricate the surface and make sure that we can get all that contamination off without having any issues. So Joey, why would we use a medium clay bar versus all the other clay bars?
Well, I mean, it all depends on the condition of the paint. Now, I did say that the vehicle was sitting for a year. Now, if you come up close to the paint, AJ, you can actually feel and hear the contamination that is on the paint. Now, we've done plenty of cars here before on video, and I can tell you guys that this is definitely not a heavy level of contamination, which is great for us because that means it's gonna be a lot easier as far as work. And it's also great for the paint, which means that there's not a lot of embedded contaminants. Now, we're going with the medium clay bar because this is a great blend between a light and a medium. So in this case, since the paint isn't too bad, this is a great option to go with. So if you're not sure which clay bar you need, you know, just feel the paint. If it sounds like super raspy, sounds like sandpaper, then you may want to go with the more aggressive clay bar, like the heavy. If it's not too bad, where it still sounds kind of raspy, but not to the point where you would consider it more of like a sandpaper raspy, I would go with the medium. And then if you have a newer car, obviously, or maybe a car that's well maintained, you have your light clay bar. So in this case, I'm gonna grab some clay lubricant, AJ, and I'm gonna start on this side. So you can go ahead and start on that side. Now, the clay bar is great because it's gonna pull off all the embedded contaminants. So, you know, AJ, imagine your car's sitting there, the dirt and grime is on there. It's not just, you know, it's on there obviously, but it's also gonna start etching into your paint. Now, if you don't take care of it, it's gonna start etching into your paint, and over time, it's gonna cloud the look of your paint because all the oxidation, it's gonna build up oxidation, with all the kind of moisture that lands on it. So just imagine your paint has pores. All this dirt and grime, it gets into those pores, and when it mixes with the water, it's gonna dry up on a hot summer day or whatever, and it's gonna pretty much cause it to have more of a oxidized kind of look to it. Now, this is pretty much the reason why you do want a clay bar in the first place, because you wanna make sure that there's no contaminants on your paint prior to you moving to the next step, which is polishing, which as you guys can see, this is definitely gonna require some polishing in order to fix. And right here, me and AJ, we're just pretty much clay barring the surface. You know, we've done this a million times before, and for you guys at home that are watching, clay bar is a super easy process, and it's a process that you do not want to skip out on if you plan on doing any kind of polishing or applying any kind of protection to your vehicle. Now, check this out, you guys. This clay bar, it's supposed to be gray like this. When I flip it to this side, you'll see that it starts kind of having like a yellow brown tinge into it. You know, that's all the impurities that's in your paint that your clay bar is pulling off. So just imagine, you know, your skin, you know, you have all those blackheads. You want to get that stuff out of your skin prior to you kind of doing any more work to your skin. In this case, it'd be like your vehicle. So you want to make sure that you exfoliate all the contamination that's in your vehicle prior to you moving on to any other steps.
Jeez, this clay bar is turning mighty brown. That is a lot of contamination that has built up on the surface, especially for 1 year of sitting in a garage or a structure. Jeez.
It's a lot of contamination that ends up embedding itself on there. You know, a lot of this stuff, AJ, could have actually been sitting on there prior to when it was actually in there for the entire year. So, you know, that's one of the things that can, you know, pretty much bring down the overall look of your vehicle. And, you know, everyone wants a nice, silky smooth ride. You know, you're not going to get it if you have all these embedded contaminants in your paint. So that's why clay bar is one of the most important things in the detailing industry, so that you can pretty much exfoliate your paint and get it looking to as good as new.
And please do not be stingy with your clay luber. Please be generous with it. You want to make sure that surface is really lubricated when you're using a clay bar, just so you have all that help that you can to get all that contamination off of the paint.
All right, so with that being said, right now, me and AJ, we're gonna pretty much finish up doing the rest of the vehicle. Now we're gonna clay bar the paint, and we're also gonna clay bar the glass, because if you guys didn't know, you can actually clay bar your glass, which the glass is bound to have contamination on there as well.
Of course.
And we just wanna make sure that we do the best all-around job on this vehicle. So we're gonna clay the entire vehicle and be right back with you guys for the polishing process.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky just to.
We're gonna move on to polishing. We have our orange pad, and we're gonna be using C4. Joey, let me know about C4.
So we're gonna be using the C4 P4 combination on this vehicle. Now you guys saw up close how the paint is, saw all the bird poop etchings and all the scratches and swirls and water spots and all the other stuff that we don't know about that's going on in this paint. So we're gonna be conducting a two-step correction using our C4 and P4. So we're gonna be using our C4 first, our clear cut correction compound. Now this is gonna be great for us to pretty much just quickly eliminate a lot of the heavy defects on this paint in one single step. So we're gonna be using it in combination with the Torque 10FX polisher, an orange Hexalogic cutting pad, and we're also gonna be lubricating our pads with some pad conditioner. So we're pretty much gonna do the entire vehicle right now with the C4. Now remember, C4 is a compound. So after we hit it with the compound, AJ, what do we wanna do afterwards?
You're definitely gonna wanna polish it out.
Exactly. So for that, AJ, we're gonna be using our P4 Precision Paint Perfection Polish. So this is a two-step correction, AJ, so we do wanna make sure that we compound and polish. Reason for it is because once you do an aggressive measure like C4, you wanna come back and refine it. So you wanna refine it, bring back that smooth, nice feel, bring back that ultimate clarity, and pretty much just give this vehicle the justice that it deserves. So right now we're gonna be hitting it with our C4. You already have your machine ready and prepped.
Yes, I
and
do.
you have your pad conditioner right there. So
Thank you.
go ahead and hook up your machine, and we're gonna go ahead and continue with this polishing process, show you guys some cool little 50-50s in between, and be back. I did this little small 2x2 section. I didn't want to stretch myself too much just because I wanted to pay a little bit more close attention, especially to this little area right here that I showed you guys at the beginning that had all the bird poop etching. Now, if you guys take another closer look right now, you'll see that the paint has much more clarity, and we've eliminated, I would say, about 90% of all the bird poop etchings that were on here. Now, I did stop right here in this little section. It's kind of like a makeshift line. I didn't put a tape line, but just kind of show you where it was like kind of dripping versus to where it was. Amazing results. I'm gonna grab my LED inspection light. show you guys these results. There's a little bit residue on the surface that I'm just wiping off. Now there is a little bit more permanent damage over here. I am gonna go over it once more, just kind of knock this off right here. I'm not exactly sure if you can see it on camera, but I can see it here in person, and there's just a slight bit more room for perfection here. So I'm just gonna hit this up just a little bit more, correct it, and then we're pretty much gonna continue with the rest of the vehicle. But all in all, I mean, check those results, guys. It looks amazing, much better than before. We have a lot more clarity, a lot more depth, as opposed to this area down here that still has all the etchings. It's dry, it's oxidized, scratches, swirls. So we pretty much want to mimic this results that we got right here onto the rest of the vehicle. So we got that amazing results just using the C4 clear cut correction compound and an orange pad. And just imagine when we hit it with the white pad and P4. So if you guys want to see those results, stay tuned. Me and AJ, we're going to be here all day polishing this up. So be right back. The C4 clear cut correction compound and the orange pad. AJ, how do you feel?
I feel amazing. Honestly, seeing the vehicle change so fast after just doing one compound instead of doing a whole 4 steps, it really changed the game.
It does a huge difference. You know, with just a little bit of work, just a little bit of love, you can achieve some amazing results. You know, I'm pretty much tired. It's hot in here. We've been polishing for a while now, and I mean, the results speak for themselves. However, AJ, we can get it looking a lot better.
Of course, of course.
By using our P4 Precision Paint Perfection Polish. Now that we're done correcting it with the compound, now it's time to refine with the finer polish. So that's what P4 is all about. Now, instead of using it with the orange pad, we're actually going to be using it with the white HexLogic polishing pad. Now, the composition of this pad, it's much smoother and it's much more plush, which means that it's going to work out great just to refine the paint, remove any kind of micro swirls and scratches, and get us the results that we're looking for. So that's what we're going to do right now. P4, you know the drill, AJ. Same process, pad conditioner, 5 drops, go all the way around, and we'll be back with you guys once we're done.
Enjoyed this time lapse.
We're done, guys. We're done polishing. We hit it with C4. We hit it with P4. The paint looks amazing. Took the words right out of my mouth, even though I was about to say the exact same thing. The paint looks amazing. It looks much better than when it first came in. I mean, if we can even just get like a before and after shot of how dirty and neglected it was when it first came in to what it is now, you would have never guessed it was the same car.
I honestly thought those bird droppings on the top of the car were not going to come off because they look pretty caked on there, especially for sitting for a year.
Yeah, so all that stuff, you know, we ended up being able to knock it out with the C4 Clear Cut Correction Compound. And as you guys can see, it looks fantastic when we followed it up with the P4 Precision Paint Perfection Polish. Now, all that there's left to do is protect our investment. Now, this isn't our car. However, we did put a lot of hours of work into this, and we want to make sure that once we do all this work, we want to make sure that we protect the paint. Because what we just did, AJ, was we pretty much just refined the paint to a fresh layer of paint.
Yeah.
So right now, if we were to take it outside and he were just to park it exactly where he had it, and everything would have happened like this, those bird droppings that would etch right through their paint.
Again.
So right now we need to add some protection. So we're going to be applying, what do we have right here?
Hydro Slick. Hydro Slick's going to be great because it's going to give you a good ceramic layer. It's like applying a wax and it's easy to buff off.
Exactly. So I got the Hydro Slick ceramic coating hyper wax. As AJ said it's a ceramic coating in a pretty much wax-like form. So you guys are all pretty much familiar with applying carnauba-based waxes, like those cream waxes. Those are very old school. We still use them today. However, now we've pretty much combined it with the formulation of SiO2, which makes a durable layer of UV protection, extreme hydrophobic properties, and extreme slickness that's pretty much going to shed any kind of contaminants right off. And it's pretty much ultimately going to, give us a first defense for any kind of future contaminants from landing and damaging our paintwork. So we're going to be applying some Hydro Slick, and the reason that I mentioned to you guys earlier about claying the glass is because Hydro Slick can actually be applied to glass as well. So we're going to be applying it to literally the whole exterior of the vehicle. So the paint, the glass, the headlights, the tail lights, even the wheels, because I'm super excited about how the wheels came out. They look brand new. I mean, honestly, these are probably like the best wheels that we've ever cleaned up. Like, they look really nice. I'm very happy about
amazing.
that. So we're going to go ahead and finish this up, and we'll pretty much show you guys the final results.
Let's get to it.
Let's do it. Alrighty guys, and that pretty much concludes this detail on this Mazda 3. It looks fantastic. AJ did an amazing job at applying Hydro Slick, and I couldn't be happier with the results, so great job.
I love it.
So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave us a like, comment down below your favorite part about this series, and make sure to stay tuned for part 3 where we tackle the interior of this Mazda.
And if you liked any of the products that you saw in the video, stop by chemicalguys.com or your local detail garage. My name is AJ.
I'm Joey, and we'll see you guys next time.